Hi, my name is Natalie Priester. I teach English and I'm our school's web coordinator. I've been teaching for 23 years. I've used other apps in the past where I've had to log in and I start at the beginning of the year thinking I'm going to use them, but in reality, I do not have time to use them because the second I go in front of my computer and I put the screen between me and the kids, their behaviors normally tend to deteriorate because I'm not looking at them. So having the paper coupon enables me to just hand the kids the coupon while I'm teaching without skipping a beat, and I can reward behavior without giving the kids time to misbehave. Engagement has been one of my biggest problems in the classroom, probably the whole time I've been teaching. Not engagement with getting kids to do the work, but getting kids to answer the questions. And they're very reluctant to raise their hand and to take a risk and to share. I've been using my Acorn coupons to hand to kids when they attempt to answer a question or if they get it right, and they raise their hands more, they volunteer more. When I cold call on them more, I'm able to give them a reward for taking the effort by trying to answer the question. And so I'm able to give them that immediate little like, thank you, good job. And as a result, they share more in class and then they complete their work more. So they're ready to answer questions when I call on them. I have a boy in one of my classes who has the second or third most acorns in the school. And he lets us know every single time I pass out acorns, and he's always trying to earn more. He's very proud of himself. This is a student who academically is not like a super rock star, but he is motivated to behave and to please the teacher and to participate because he wants to earn more of those acorns. I have tried using other apps where we have to go in and click in to give the kids points. It took too much time. Like, I hardly have enough time to get my grading done and all the other tasks of emails and meetings that I have to do as a teacher. So that kept like falling off and I just wouldn't get them done and I wouldn't give the kids the points. So I said, hey, if you do this, I'm going to give you points, but then I never followed through. With Acorn, I have been consistently giving the kids points. I just keep giving them to them, and then I can recycle them and give more. And so I have not lost momentum at all because the burden is not on me to go in the computer and log them. The kids are able to scan them on their own. And so the burden is more on the kids, but they're excited to do it. So that's fine with me. I kept using Acorn because it was easy. I just kept giving them to the kids, and then the magic was happening behind the scenes. I didn't have to do all of the note-taking, record-keeping, inserting ports, keeping track of who I gave them to or who I didn't give them to. It was just like easy. I just kept them. I wear a little fanny pack and I would just like hand them to the kids as I'm teaching or when I see them doing a good job outside at the lunch area. And I've kept it going because it's just simple and it works. In my English class, I hand out coupons to kids who come in and get settled quickly. I'll just kind of surprise them with an acorn. When we're doing our language arts warm-up, that's when I give the most of them as the students are participating and sharing answers, giving correct answers. I will hand them to kids if they randomly catch that I made a mistake on something, which happens in English classes sometimes. I'll give them to partners who are working very well together. I'll just walk up and hand them to the partners as they are working. I'll also give them to kids when they earn a high score on an assessment. And I've also been using them outside of the classroom. I go out at the lunch area a lot and I give them to kids for like picking up trash, or if they're just sitting talking calmly with friends. I've even seen colleagues give them to students where kids were like about to get in trouble and then two kids told them not to. They gave them one for that. I've given them to kids for improved attendance and getting to class. Just when I see them doing a good job outside, I'll hand over an acorn. I would give it a 10. I would be highly likely to recommend it. It is very, very easy. Most PBIS programs die out. They are too burdensome on the teacher. And this is easy and it works, and the kids respond and they love collecting the little acorns. I would tell them that it's easy. I would remind them of other programs they've used. One with little monsters where you have to sit there and click, from ones where you have to go in and find the student's name and log it down. And I would say, hey, you know how you've used these? And they'd probably say, yeah, they're annoying. And I'd say, well, this is easier. And you just hand it to them and the kids do the work, and then they can keep track themselves, which motivates them to keep behaving and performing in school and motivates you as the teacher to keep giving those rewards.